These days, if we look, viewers of my channel, we break relationships with each other over minor things, over something simple that we've fallen out with each other. We don't even realize what we've fallen out. And you see that some people, they have not spoken to each other for 15 years, 20 years, 25, 30 years. And if you were to sit down with them and ask them, what was it that caused this to happen? What was it that caused you to fall out with your brother? What was it that caused you to fall out with your sister? They'll start thinking. And they can't even remember the reason that they fell out with each other. They knew that they fell out with them, they can't remember. But because it happened so long ago, they've forgotten, but they're still continuing with that animosity. And then if they do remember, what happens is, in most cases, it's something so trivial. Oh, they didn't invite me to the wedding. Oh, they didn't ask me when they wanted to get their son married. They didn't consider my family at all when they wanted to get their daughter married. Or they didn't think about this. Or they didn't send me an invite. Or they didn't, consult with me when they were going to buy that house. Nothing at all. And then also, we fight over small pieces of land. We fight over a piece of land that's smaller than our grave. And we'll spend all of our money fighting over that land. And at the end, all you will get is the land that's in your grave. Whilst describing the hadith of the beloved and blessed Rasul, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Sayyidina Abu Hurairah once said that anyone breaking off our relations must leave our gathering. Listening to this, a young man stood up and he went to his paternal aunt, who he had an old disagreement with. And after the aunt and his nephew got reconciled with each other, the aunt asked her nephew to go and ask the reason for it. What was the wisdom behind the announcement made by Sayyidina Abu Hurairah radiyallahu ta'ala? Therefore, the young man came and asked the reason. And Sayyidina Abu Hurairah radiyallahu ta'ala replied that he heard the beloved and blessed Rasul sallallahu ta'ala sallam say, the nation which has any relations severing person in it is not blessed with the mercy of Allah Azza wa Jal. Allahu Akbar. Again, there's a great message to be learnt there, viewers of my channel. That the people of the past, they were so God-fearing that when they heard something, they made an immediate change in their lives. They didn't wait, ponder and think, tomorrow, next week, next month, next Ramadan. If they realized that there was something wrong inside them, that they need to make a change inside themselves, they rectified it straight away. In that gathering, that young man, he stood up. Straight away, he stood up and went to his auntie and said to his auntie and apologized to his auntie and explained the whole situation. And then when his aunt said to him, go and find out the reason for this, straight away he went and found out the reason. And he was told that if in any nation that has a relation severing person in it, then it does not achieve the mercy of Allah Azza wa Jal. So viewers of this channel, we need to show humbleness as well. We need to lower ourselves as well. And unfortunately, we don't do that as well. We have this pride inside ourselves that why should I seek forgiveness from my family? Why should I go to them? They are lower than me. They are lower in status than me. They shouldn't have anything. And again, we need to develop this inside ourselves. The Prophet of Allah, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that the one who shows humility inside himself for Allah Azza wa Jal is granted a loftiness, a higher state by Allah Azza wa Jal. So again, viewers of my channel, don't be stubborn. Don't have this excessive pride inside yourselves. Every day, fortunate are those Muslims who read the namaz 5 times a day. Fortunate are those Muslims who after every namaz they pray, they raise their hands in the court of Allah Azza wa Jal. And whenever you raise your hands in the court of Allah Azza wa Jal, there is one dua that we all make. We make this dua. Everybody makes this dua. Ya Allah, forgive my sins. Ya Allah, forgive my sins. And if that is not the dua that you make, whatever dua you make, you are asking Allah Azza wa Jal for something. You're asking Allah Azza wa Jal for forgiveness. You're constantly asking Allah Azza wa Jal for forgiveness. And yet, I won't forgive him. I won't forgive him. I won't forgive her. I will not speak to him. I don't want to know him. What is this, views of my channel? Learn to humble yourself and learn to forgive each other as well. We need to adopt this inside us. And we are told that the Prophet of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that if you know that you are on haqq, you know that you're right, 100% you know that you're right, but still forgive and forget, then Allah Azza wa Jalla will bless you with a house in paradise. Even though you know you are right, even though that you know that the person is wrong, forgive them, forget it. Doesn't matter. And seek forgiveness. Seek forgiveness from others. And even if they rebuff you, if they don't want to talk to you, but you do your job. Your job is to seek forgiveness. Your job is to try and reconcile families, to stop these ties being broke. You need to do your job. Don't think to yourself, well, he doesn't even want to see my face. He doesn't even want to speak to me. Seek forgiveness from them. What's the worst that they can do? What is the worst that they can do? Throw abuse at you? Shout to you, who are you to come to my door? How dare you come to my door and seek forgiveness? How dare you do this? How dare you get out of my sight? I don't want to see you again. Is that what they're going to do? Okay. But for the pleasure of Allah Azza wa Jal. With sincerity, for the pleasure of Allah Azza wa Jal, go and seek forgiveness.
We love Madani Channel. We love Madani Channel. We love Madani Channel.